Welcome to the Surrey Experience.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Surrey Experience, episode 39. My name is Bindi, and I'll be your host for the evening. And boy, do we have a great show planned for you guys. I got the gays pissed off at me, and the brown girls, don't even get me started on the brown girls. The brown girls are really pissed off at me. And if you never had a brown girl mad at you before, it's fucking terrifying. You know who's not pissed off at me, though? Surrey Jacks, which is ironically who this podcast is intended for. But yeah, man, I got a bunch of people that are mad at me and they sent in their emails. And I'm going to read a couple of them on air because the gay dude who sent in the email had some really valid points. And then the brown girl, one of the brown girls said I didn't have the balls to read her email on there. So yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what they call in the business a teaser. I'm actually going to go through a bunch of emails this week because they're really starting to pile up. And I don't want the people who like go out of their way to email me to think like I don't care or something. All right. So it's going to be kind of like a special mailbag edition of the show. But other than that, I feel really good, man. It was my birthday last week. And I know I always bitch about getting older, but I don't know. I feel really good, man. I'm in the best shape of my life. I got so many things going on right now. Like shit I've always dreamed of. That's actually like coming true. Just mentally, physically, and emotionally, I just feel like I'm in my prime right now. So I'm really excited, man. As far as my birthday, I never really celebrated this year. I'm not a big birthday guy anyway. You know, I think I tried to do something back in the day for my birthday and like 2 people showed up. So ever since then, I've been traumatized. But I'll celebrate when I make it. That's what I always tell everyone. But yeah, how was your guys' Halloween? Did you guys get a really cool costume? Did you guys dress up? I don't know. I never understood Halloween as an adult, you know? I mean, if you're like a chick and you want to dress up, I get it. But as a man, I don't know. Whatever. To each their own, I guess. But yeah, man, the fucking year is already flying by. It's already November, dude. And it's like snow. It was snowing today, man. I couldn't believe it. Christmas is going to be here before you know it. And that's another holiday I don't really celebrate. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Maybe I should make, like, the Surrey Experience ugly Christmas sweaters this year, right? Because the t-shirts have been a hit. Speaking of the t-shirts, I only have a few left. So I want to thank everyone I sent out a free t-shirt to. I trust everyone did their part and they did something charitable. I trust the cock blocking in Surrey has been at a minimum these past few weeks. One person even asked me to sign their t-shirt, like autograph it. And I've never had anyone ask for my autograph before, unless it was like on like a bill or some shit. Anytime I sign something, I usually have to pay a bunch of money after. But I don't know. This time it was out of love. I was kind of embarrassed because my signature is so dumb. Like it's just like a V for my first name, and then a bunch of scribbles, and then a J for my last name, and then more scribbling. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't even know how I came up with that. Like no one really teaches you how to sign shit. You know, you got to just kind of figure it out on your own. I had a lot of practice, though, at a very young age, because I used to forge my dad's signature on fucking everything. Like, whenever I got a bad report card, which is more often than not, or whenever I got suspended or anything, I would just, like, Mars a little cookie and give it to the teacher, you know? I was such a fucked up kid. Like, by the age of 7, I was already getting detention on the regular, and I pretty much just stayed a fucked up kid my whole life, so I was, like, forging my dad's signature for, like, a strong 10 years. And I became like a fucking pro at it. Once in a while, I would forge my mom's signature just to switch it up, you know, so the teacher wouldn't catch on. But my dad's signature was my go-to, man. Like, I had it down to a science. It was so fucking simple. He just had like an R and then an S for sing and then a J for our last name and then a couple scribbles. It was so fucking easy. It was like, how was I not supposed to forge it, you know? I was like forging it for my brother and shit at one point. It was like the easiest decision ever. Like either I tell my dad the school suspended me because I threw water balloons at girls wearing white t-shirts. True story, by the way. You know, do I tell him that and like raise his blood pressure? Or do I just forge his signature and just go on my own merry way? But yeah, if you put my signature next to my dad's, you would be able to tell that I'm my father's son. The only difference in our signatures is he has an S in his signature for Singh and I don't. Does that make me like a sellout or something? Like, I'm proud to have Singh as a middle name. I don't know why I didn't include it in my signature. Now I feel like a fucking asshole. Maybe I'll add that letter S to my signature from now on. Am I allowed to do that? Or will I get sent to prison or something? Hold on, let's ask Google 1 second. Are you allowed to change your signature? Alright, here we go. What can be a signature? A signature is a handwritten depiction of someone's name, nickname, or even a simple X or other mark that a person writes on documents as proof of identity and intent. The writer of a signature is a signatory or signer. Okay, what's this? What is a signature? Merriam-Webster simply defines a signature as the name of a person written with his or her own hand. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Can you legally change your signature? Okay, here we go. Can you legally change your signature? Yes, of course. When a right-handed person has their hand lopped off by farm machinery, they wouldn't prohibit them from signing with their left hand because their signature was previously done with the right hand. The signature will definitely be different. That's a fucking great point. I never even thought about that. There's also nothing that stops an adult from taking calligraphy classes and vastly improving their handwriting. It would be sincerely difficult to require the person to continue to scrawl their signature, but not everything else they write. However, the reason many people ask this question is that they want to repudiate. There's a word I never used before, repudiate. The reason many people ask the question is they want to repudiate a document that they previously signed and prove it was them who signed it. Okay, well, there you go. I'm going to add Singh to my signature. Or maybe just an S. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Signatures are fucking weird, man. Or maybe I'm just really high. I don't know. I just feel like they should teach you that in school. You know, like when you turn 16 or something, they give you like an entire school day to come up with your signature. Maybe they do that and I just skipped that day. I don't fucking know. But yeah, if anyone else would like a t-shirt, I have a few larges left, but I've ran all out of smalls and mediums, which is really weird because I always pictured the people that listen to this podcast as like overweight for some fucking reason. But yeah, if you would like a Surrey Experience t-shirt, please email me at thesurreyexperience@gmail.com and I'll hook you up, all right? All proceeds go to charity, kind of. All right. Speaking of the Surrey Experience at gmail.com, let's get to the emails for the week. If you're new to my podcast, people send in their questions to the show, and I read some of them on air, and I never mention anyone's name, so it's totally anonymous, all right? So if you need my advice on something, feel free to email the show, but I have to preface it with, I'm the biggest fucking moron of all time. I'm the last one anyone should ever take advice from, all right? I have to say that so I don't get sued. But yeah, let's get to the questions. I'll read the Gutti brown girls first, and then I'll do the gay dudes, and then I'll answer all the normal ones, all right? Here we go. All right. All right, pissed off brown girl. Dear Mr. Experience, whoever the fuck you are, I know you probably won't be man enough to read this email on the air, but I hope you at least read it for your own benefit. You are not funny. Nothing you say is funny, especially your comments towards Indian women. You have no idea what it's like growing up as an Indian girl in our society. We have to deal with a handicap that you Punjabi boys don't have to deal with growing up. Your constant belittling of us is getting old. I've never belittled brown girls. I've only said brown girls can't get along with each other. That's all I fucking ever said. You should be defending us, not making jokes at our expense. I do defend you guys. Check the first episode of this podcast. I was the first person in human history to go on record and say Surrey girls aren't sluts. I said you come to Surrey to find a wife, not a one-night stand, alright? I said that shit. We have to deal with abuse, both physical and emotional. We get ridiculed about everything from our weight, to the way we dress, to the people we associate with. You guys are the ones that ridicule each other, not us, man. When a brown girl has a bad hair day, it's another brown girl who calls her out and makes fun of her behind her back, alright? Not us. Guys don't even notice that shit. When a chick's wearing like an outdated dress, you guys fucking call her out. We have no idea what the fuck is going on, dude. We look at the ass and the boobs. That's it, alright? You guys fucking judge each other, not us. Don't put that shit on us, alright? We're sick of being judged by people like you every day. I'm the least judgmental person ever, all right? What makes you so special? What is even the point of your podcast? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to gain some sort of fame by saying really mean things about people? And why don't you ever show your face? Is it because you're a coward, or are you really just that ugly? That's funny. I hope you receive this email and get something out of it. Sincerely, one pissed off brown girl. The reason this podcast still even fucking exists is just in case someone wants to get cute and talk shit about Surrey, alright? Because then I would fucking annihilate him. I would verbally assassinate him. And I would use this platform to do it, alright? That's the reason no one knows who the fuck I am. That's the reason I don't show my face. It's called fucking strategy. Because if anyone ever talks shit about us, my rebuttal is not going to be pretty, man. It's not going to be politically correct. There's not going to be any love and courage bullshit going on here, alright? It's going to be so savaged out. And it's going to be so fucking vicious that it's going to be in my best interest for nobody to know who the fuck I am. Like, people are going to want me to lose my job after that shit. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, alright? I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't give a fuck about the fame. I give these t-shirts out for free. I've turned down numerous sponsors. None of that shit matters to me. All I want is when one of these little wiener kids goes to a bar and some chick asks them where they're from and they say Surrey, I want that chick to get a little turned on. You know what I mean? Like, I want to increase his chances of getting laid. When one of these kids applies for a job and it says he's from Surrey, I want them to give him a leg up in the race, not like be a fucking liability, you know? Because for me growing up, it was the complete opposite. So I'm just trying to turn the tide here, sweetheart. And I know we're not quite there yet, but I think we're trending in the right direction. In the last year, the shit talking of Surrey has gone down considerably, all right? And I know it's mostly because of guys like Chunni and guys like DJ Intense and all the other amazing people from my city. But I'd like to think I played a small part in that as well. And I know if it ever came to it, all those great people would defend Surrey, and I understand that. But they wouldn't do it as viciously and as ruthlessly as I will. And that's because nobody knows who the fuck I am. Alright? And it's not just defending Surrey. If someone wants to talk shit about our people and it wasn't warranted, I would slaughter them too, alright? That's the reason this podcast is super underground. I kept it like that on purpose, okay? I'm taking one for the team here because I'm a fucking soldier. And just for the record, I think brown girls are awesome, all right? I'm their biggest fan. I've been hyping them for years. I've been hyping them before anybody, all right? The only flaw I see in them is they can't get along with each other, all right? They're like fucking Siamese fighting fish, man. Everything's cool until another one of them like comes in the same vicinity, and then they all lose their shit, you know? That's all I'm saying. I'm just asking you guys why you can't get along with each other, okay? That's all. If anything, I'm trying to unite brown girls here. Now that's how you spin shit. So yeah, there. I read your stupid little fucking email on the podcast, alright? You happy? And if you really want, I'll send you my picture, alright? Just ignore the fucking 2 middle fingers. Fucking bitch. Alright, now I'm gonna get to the pissed off gay dude's email. Hey, speaking of gay dudes, have you ever seen a brown girl react to 2 gay dudes making out? And they have the gall to call me judgmental. Alright, anyways, here's the gay dude's email. This guy actually had some really good points, alright? Oh, here we go. Homophobic slurs. Hey, bro, I don't want you to think this is hate mail. I genuinely enjoy listening to your podcast. I think they're highly entertaining. My only problem is the use of some of the language. In your Biba Boys rant, you called Biba Boys the gayest movie of all time. I'm Punjabi and I'm gay. You can't imagine the shit I've had to deal with in my life. I've been bullied. I've been called derogatory names like gay, the F word. Oh, okay, he's talking about F-A-G. I thought he was talking about, like, fuck. I was like, I get called the F word every day. I've had to come out to my dissy parents who have been supportive, but it's still really hard because there's people in my family who talk shit. I've lost friends. I've gone through depression. These are all things I had to deal with in my life, but I'm in a better place now. I'm finally happy, but when I hear someone refer to something they didn't like as being gay, it brings up all the shit I've been through and had to deal with. I doubt you'll ever read this email on the air, but I thought it wouldn't hurt to share my feelings with you on the matter. I would never tell you what to talk about on your podcast, but I would really appreciate it if you refrain from using words like that. Keep doing your thing. Alright, hey listen, the last thing I'd ever want to do is hurt someone's feelings, alright? I got gay friends, well gay coworkers, but I consider them friends. So I would never want to hurt them in any way. So yeah, listen, if I've offended you in any way, I apologize. I sincerely apologize. I'll stop referring to things that suck as being gay. Wow, that sounds really fucked up when you say it out loud. All right, dude, my bad. All right, I'll take the loss here. The word gay will be hanging from the rafters of my room because I'm officially retiring it tonight. All right. And dude, listen, if you're ever going through something and you need someone to talk to, I'm just one email away. All right. Cool. Crap. Now I feel like a douchebag. Okay, I'm gonna get to the actual podcast questions for the week. Hopefully, I can bounce back here a bit. All right. Hey, Bindi, love the podcast. I really need an honest opinion on this. I like to stay humble, but I'm one of the best up and coming basketball players from BC. All my friends blaze, and I always say no because I know the consequences. But lately, I wonder, will it affect me even if I try it once? You can definitely tell this kid's from Surrey. How old did this kid say he was? Okay, damn, it doesn't say. I'm going to assume he's still in high school. Listen, will it really affect you if you tried it once? Probably not. But I don't think that any kid that young should be smoking weed, because your brain's still forming, your body's still maturing. And what's the point of doing something if you're just going to do it once? You know what I mean? So listen, my honest advice, don't smoke weed yet. Okay? You got a lot of shit going for yourself. Why would you even think about risking it by getting high? It's not worth it. The best high you can ever have in this life is making it, is achieving your dreams. And if your goal is to play basketball professionally, then you need to do that, all right? Whatever you're doing to this point seems to be working, so just keep doing that, all right? So here's what you're going to do. Fuck the weed, fuck the booze, fuck the parties, fuck everything, okay? Just put all your energy into basketball, watch it, practice it, go to games live, whatever you got to do to get where you got to go. And then when you actually make it, like you actually make it, and the contracts are signed and the money's in your bank account, then you take a few puffs, Not now, man. This isn't the time. You got to make it, all right? Don't take any risks. Because most likely nothing would happen. But what if you start to like it too much? What if you meet some stoner chick? You know what I mean? Just keep your eyes on the prize here, all right? Save all the blazing and the partying for later on, all right? When you're grown up and matured and better suited to handle the situation, all right? So yeah, you got this, bro. Just stay focused. Fuck all the temptations, man. They're not worth it. I'm telling you, like a man, they're not worth it, all right? Just fucking, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get to where you're trying to get to, all right? Eyes on the prize here. I'm fucking rooting for you. All right, let's get to the next question. Okay, should I bang? This question is like very popular on my podcast. And the answer is usually 99.9% of the time it's a yes. So I don't know. Okay, hey, I need your advice. I've been single for over a year and your girl has her needs. Holy shit, this is a chick. I met a guy who's here from out of town, but he leaves in a few weeks. That's perfect. He's 3 years younger than me. That's all right. I'm not a slut. I never said you were, okay? All right, I'll stop fucking interrupting here. All right, I'm not a slut, but this guy's really cute. And as I've mentioned before, it's been a while. I'm conflicted about this because I've never hooked up with someone I wasn't in a relationship with. So my question to you is, should I bang? And if so, how should I handle the situation after the bang? I'm not interested in a relationship at this time. Listen, I think you already know the answer to this question. It's a yes. Yes, you should bang. Absolutely. Just use protection, all right? Make sure you don't get knocked up and go for it. A girl has her needs, right? So go out there and fucking fulfill them. I don't know what you're asking me for. And as far as how to handle it after, the guy's going to leave town. You're in the clear. This is literally the perfect scenario for someone in your situation, all right? A year is a long time. If you didn't eat for a year, you wouldn't keep fucking starving yourself, would you? So if it's been a year, I don't know, don't starve yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. So, yeah, I don't know. Go for it. Life is too short not to enjoy yourself, all right? That's all I got to say about that. And if anyone else is sending in questions, sending in those should I bang questions, as long as you're not related to the person and you're not in a relationship and it's consensual, and like the person's of age, I'm going to say yes, all right? Being a cockblock goes against everything I've ever believed in. So if you're going to ask me that question, I'm more than likely going to lean yes, all right? All right, let's do another one here. All right, moral dilemma. Hey, bro, I have a bit of a moral dilemma that I can use your help with. One of my Cas Bande... What? Oh, Cas Bande. Sorry. One of my Cas Bande. That means like one of his best friends for all the whitewash people listening to this. One of my Cas Bande has been dating this girl for the past year. I could tell he's madly in love with her. This guy's spelling is horrible. He spelled madly Maddley. This girl is from a different city, and someone from that city showed me indisputable proof that she cheated on him in the beginning of the relationship. Part of me wants to tell him, but the other part of me doesn't want to get involved because I hate drama, and if I tell him, there's definitely going to be some drama. What would you do if you were in my position? Thanks. Listen, if one of my boys was getting cheated on, I wouldn't even fucking hesitate to tell him. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of a man would I be if I didn't tell him? That's how I handle every moral dilemma in my life. I learned that from my dad. Like, when I was a kid, and I think it was like Halloween or something, my mom was like, let's just get the cheap candy. My dad was like, what kind of a man would I be if I gave all the neighborhood kids cheap candy, you know? He said it in Punjabi, but I don't know, that just stuck with me. So I use that for all my moral dilemmas. Like, last week, some old lady fucking reversed her car right into my fucking ride, you know? Like, the nicest old lady, like fucking 80 years old. And one of my buddies was like, you should call ICBC and claim injuries and get paid out. But it was like, what kind of a man would I be if I like fucked over some old lady, you know? If I made her fucking insurance rates raise up because of my own selfishness. My neck's kind of fucked up, but fuck it. I could never do that. So you gotta ask yourself, what kind of a man would you be if you just let this chick play him like that? But do it subtly, you know? Don't go around fucking announcing it. Just take your buddy out for a few beers. Like, hey bro, this is the situation. Here's the proof. I know you're into this chick, but what kind of a man would I be if I didn't show you this, you know? Yeah, and then let him do whatever he wants with that information, all right? Yeah, so, okay, I'm going to do a couple more here. Sorry, I'm trying to do as many of these as I possibly can. Shrooms. Hey, bro, love the podcast. I've heard you talk about shrooms in the past, so me and my boys recently decided to try it out, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. We did 5 grams each, and we hung out in my buddy's basement. It was a roller coaster ride. There was times when I wanted it to end, but other times when I was really enjoying it. My favorite part of the shroom trip was when my buddy's sister came downstairs, and one of my other buddies thought she was Jasmine Sandless because she had red hair. We laughed for hours. It might not sound that funny to you, but you had to have been there. Once the high wore off, I remember being really glad we did them, and we would have never done them if we hadn't listened to your podcast. Dude, you're going to get me fucking arrested here. Just for the record, I am not, nor have I ever advocated the use of illegal drugs on this podcast, right? Except for marijuana. My question is, have you ever dropped acid before? Would you recommend it? What other drugs would you recommend? I'm more interested in psychedelics than the other shit. So many fucking drug questions this week. No, I've never dropped acid before. I've only ever done weed, shrooms, Molly, and I've done some other shit too. But never acid, alright? You gotta be really careful, man, because the beauty with like shrooms is it's a drug that you only have to do once. You can never get addicted to shrooms unless you're like a complete fucking animal. But it's not possible, alright? You do shrooms like every 5 years. So there's no worries of it ruining your life. And it's natural, I think. I don't know, man. I've always wanted to try like ayahuasca, but I think you have to go down to Peru to do that shit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really do any of that shit anymore. I just like, I smoke weed like 5 times a week, sometimes 7. And I drink like once a week, and I don't really smoke unless I'm drinking. Then I turn into a fucking chimney. But yeah, I don't recommend anyone try anything, all right? Do your own research. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know shit. But yeah, I agree. Shrooms was one of the best experiences of my life as well. All right, I'll do one more here, and then we'll call it a day. All right. Hey, I just found out about your page. I love your podcast, but I need your help. My older brother's a dick. He's one of those overprotective types that looks out the window when someone comes to pick me up. He freaks out anytime I go anywhere, and he loses his mind if he ever finds me talking to someone of the opposite sex. He's even gone as far as beating up one of my exes. He's gone through my phone. He's thrown out some of my clothes that he didn't think were appropriate. He's making my life a living hell. And of course, being brown, my parents always take a side, even though I do everything around the house. I know you might think he's just trying to protect me, but I'm 21 years old. I'm a grown woman. I'm not a child. How do I get him to back off? Please share your experiences with your sisters if you have any. I don't have any sisters, thank God. I'm just fucking around, but yeah, I don't have any sisters. It's getting to the point where I'm contemplating killing him in his sleep. Holy shit, dude. I can't keep living like this. Please help. How do I get him to stop being such a dick? I have no idea, sweetheart. I never grew up with don't get me wrong, my brother was a dick to me growing up, but I've never contemplated killing him, except for the time he got married. God, I hope my sister-in-law's not listening to this. But yeah, I don't know if this would work, but what I would do if I was in your situation, and I know it's really easy for me to say, but I would just save up some money and I would find a roommate and I would just move out, you know, because you're 21 years old. And when your parents are like, what the fuck? Be like, the guy's a fucking dick, man. He's going through my phone. I'm a grown-ass woman, you know? And just move out for like a month, you know? And once you're gone, hopefully everyone at home realizes how much you did for them and how much you were an asset to the house, you know? And they ask you to come back. God, I don't know. That was horrible advice. Honestly, I have no idea what you should do. Maybe get your brother some shrooms. I have no idea. That would definitely make him realize how much of a dick he's being, though. I don't know. I shanked this last question. I'm sorry, sweetheart. If there's any girls out there that have listened to my podcast that have had experiences dealing with asshole brothers, can you send in some advice and I'll like forward it to this young lady? Please and thanks. I don't know. I hope it all works out for you, right? I'm sorry. I'm not well versed in that department. Okay, but that's going to do it for the podcast. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. George St. Pierre's fighting tomorrow. I'm pretty pumped about that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Before I go, we recently had a death in the family. So make sure you hug your fathers tight. Make sure you hug your mothers tight. If you know someone who doesn't have a mother or a father, hug them even tighter. OJ, I love you, brother.